Hello and welcome to our first review of the year 2024, and today we're going to be playing a game called Mafia 2, one of my favorite games in the Mafia series, where you play as Vito Scaletta in the city of Empire Bay. At the beginning of this game, you fight in Italy, but we're going to skip that part because a lot of that is the tutorial. So without no further ado, let's begin. Now, to let you know, we base our reviews within the first few hours of the game, so you don't get too many spoilers, and I'm going to break this down into 4 parts: the realism of the game, the story, the characters, and the fighting. By the way, you can check all this out within the time codes down below.
Hey, you think I could,
What? Drive, Vito? The roads are icy. You ain't never drove a car before.
Now, let's begin with realism. This game wants to be something different the moment you step into this world. Now, like other free roam games, you have shops and safe houses, gun places to buy weapons, but then it narrows down to what this game wants to be. You start noticing, instead of stealing a car like Grand Theft Auto by smashing a window, you have to actually pick the locks on cars, which, with the police on the streets, puts you under pressure. You also have things like the speed monitor. You can select a button and it keeps you in the speed limit. You can also use the fridge in the apartment that you stay at to eat food and keep your health up to date. And also outfits. Most outfits are suits that you can buy, and there are hats along with them, keeping you in that Mafia look. Continuing in that, you also have to keep an eye out on your petrol. Now, you probably won't actually have to keep an eye on your petrol because I never did, but if you pull up to any petrol stations in the game and ask an assistant to fill your tank up for you, then they will happily come by and fill your petrol up, and it will make you feel like you're having a happy and glorious Mafia day.
Come again, sir?
Vito! Over here!
Joe!
Hey!
Now, I want to move into the next bit, characters, which are very well done. You have this guy in a suit in charge of giving you jobs. Then you have Joe, your left-hand man. Now, Joe is the person that, even though it seems like at the beginning, don't trust Joe, he's a dodgy character, but to Vito, Joe is a guy that knows practically everyone and knows how to get you to the right place. Then you have your family, who don't want you getting in trouble.
Promise that you won't get in any more trouble with that, Joe.
However, Vito is the get in trouble type person and wants to join a Mafia family. Now, as much as I love the characters in this game, it doesn't ignore the background characters either. I was heading into a place aimed to rob a place that the guards were guarding, then I overheard them talking, and it was actually quite funny. It made me pause for a moment, and this was the conversation that played.
Listen to this. What if you could control the cartoon?
What do you mean?
You know, control it. You could make the little guy on the screen do things. You could make him run around, drive a car, maybe even have him shoot a gun, shoot things with it.
Hey, you been sniffing glue? How the hell are they gonna do that?
Overall, I feel like I love all the characters in this game, and I think they made them very, very good. Every character is different, but every character has their own goal, and I absolutely love the characters in this game. Moving on to fighting and gun fighting. Now, a lot of gun fighting won't come straight away, and you're mostly gonna be using a pistol for the first half of this game. But nevertheless, you will be using guns, and when you select the guns via the D-pad, for example, down and you will gain access to shotguns, or right and you will have access to pistols. Now, up is reserved for machine guns, and one thing I found out, if you click a direction on the D-pad more than once, you'll be switching through all the guns of that type.
What the hell's going on here?
And now moving on to fist fighting, and there's something that, even though it's fun, it's way too easy. The dodge button. Yes, you can dodge just by holding down a particular button while in the middle of fist fighting. And it kind of sucks because it means you can avoid every single attack. Yes, you can avoid attacks just by pressing this button, and when you want to do some damage to your opponent, when they're not hitting you, just press the punch button. So you can literally dodge every single attack from the enemy. It's way too easy.
Thanks, handsome.
Finally, the progression system in the game. This game is based as a story-driven game in a free roam world, divided into chapters, which is an interesting concept. Basically, you will start your missions waking up and doing the task that's set out for you. Once complete, you'll go back to bed for the next chapter. However, even though there are waypoints on your map, you don't have to follow it. You can drive anywhere you like and do anything you want to while you're in the mission. This game is explorable and you always have something to do, but you can also, in addition, do whatever you want to while doing these missions.
Do you want to come over to my place for a piece of pie?
Yeah, thanks, but look, I really gotta get going.
And overall, that is the game Mafia 2, the Defiant Edition. This game is an open-world game set in the late 1940s, early 1950s. Now, if there's anything I don't like about this game, it's the progress system. I don't like how the next chapter works by ending the missions. You should be able to choose when to proceed to the next chapter, in my own opinion. And in this game, as it has control over the speed limit and the petrol, I also think there should be indicators on top of that. I want more outfit choices as well, and to be able to pick and swap different outfits like you do in Grand Theft Auto. And also maybe have hairdressers where you can get different haircuts in different styles. Now, I think the positives outweigh the negatives, but overall this game gets an 8 out of 10. I think this game is excellent, but there are a tiny few things that could be improved. Overall, I've been Seb, and thank you for watching. That is our review on Mafia 2, and I will see you guys in another Jump Inside video. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.
You probably have to have some sort of box with buttons on it that controls the guy on the screen.
Oh, yeah, that's your brilliant idea, huh? That sounds interesting, but it ain't never gonna happen.